Hey y'all, it's the repo man looking for y'all. Huh? Your car about to get repoed? Listen up, listen up, listen up.
Hey y'all, so last night when my husband came home from work, our battery failed. The car shut off in the driveway. We were just like, what is going on? What is this about? But what I didn't tell the world is that we have been struggling to pay our car note.
Well, they repossessed my Jeep this morning. You could see where the brown marks were, where it was sat. Yeah.
Watched a video of this lady talking about how this man said he turned in his car voluntarily because he could not keep up with his $1,100 car note.
The U.S. auto loans delinquent by 90 days or more has reached a level beyond COVID level, right? As June 30th, 2025.
Hey y'all, so last night when my husband came home from work, our battery failed. The car shut off in the driveway. We were just like, what is going on? What is this about? But what I didn't tell the world is that we have been struggling to pay our car note. And we fell so far behind, wanted to repossess the car. We tried to modify the loan, do all that we can because the bill is just incredibly high. And we were pretty much upside down on our loan. I've been praying, I've been asking God just for guidance and working with my therapist and all these things, and just detaching myself from trying to control this situation, because I'm like, if God doesn't want us to have this car anymore, then it hurts and it's gonna be hard for our family because we only have one car. But if this is what he wants, I gotta trust him in it. We left the car out all night in our driveway. Nothing happened. We were like, we gotta make some decisions on how we're going to proceed with this car situation. This morning, we had to Uber the kids to school in the rain. And, we were like, well, maybe we'll just try to get a cheap battery while we still try to figure out what to do about this car. And honestly, in my spirit, I felt like God was just saying to let it go. Just let it go and if you trust me, just let it go. But, the flesh side of us is like, we have things that we have to get done. And so my husband, God bless him, and our neighbor went and found a battery for the car, got it up and running, a couple errands to run. And while we were on our last errand before getting our kids, the car got taken. We had to walk home. And I've been really calm. I've been really saying, God, I trust you. And I can only control what I can control. And I felt like he's asking me to let this go. But the timing of it was just so bizarre. Like, we just paid money to put a battery in it just to get to and fro, at least for the rest of the week, even if it was another 2 weeks until the kids get out of school, and our car got taken. I feel like my faith is really being put to the test. I say I trust God. He's like, trust me with this. I don't know how we're gonna get through this. Trust God. And I'm just putting this out there because the testimony from this is gonna be big. I don't know what God is gonna do. I know that he's gonna turn my sorrow into joy. I know that he's not gonna leave us hanging. I just want this to be a marker so that when he does what he says that he can and will do, that I can look back on this and it'll be a testimony.
Well, guys, here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And today's video, we are going to be talking about car repossession.
What?
It's happening everywhere in the United States.
Well, they repossessed my Jeep this morning. You could see where the brown marks were, where it was sat. Yeah, so this is a firm reality check that I'm still going through it, but at the end of the day, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I have my health. It's a bittersweet moment. I don't really have words right now besides it's a new chapter, and it's up to me to create this new chapter of my life. It's time that we stop looking back and we start pushing forward. This is a bit, like I said, a bittersweet day. I don't really know how to feel about it. But yeah, now I have no vehicle. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Somebody out there always.
So guys, let's talk about repossession.
Now that's a bright idea.
On the first video we saw, the lady, like she said, she has been struggling trying to keep up with her car payments. And today's economy, that's pretty much impossible.
Really?
Yep, pretty much it's impossible because a lot of people, they are buying cars that they cannot afford to keep up with the maintenance and to keep up with everything else. And sometimes a lot of people, I'm going to include myself in this, a lot of people, we are trying to impress somebody else. We are trying to impress our neighbor. We are trying to impress our family members.
It's funny because it's true.
Just to pretend that we are rich, we go out there and we buy this freaking very expensive car, these luxury cars, just to pretend that we are rich.
Stop it. Get some help.
But we are not. We are not rich. So when stuff like this happens, you have to buy, let's say, a battery to your car, for your car, or do like a oil change, do maintenance on the vehicle. Then you realize that you made a big mistake, purchasing this freaking luxury car just to impress somebody else.
Come on, man.
So guys, it happens to me. I have a car that I have to, voluntarily repossess. A lot of people say that this is different, but I just call the bank and tell them, hey, I cannot make the car payments anymore. So come pick up the car. I'm gonna leave the car keys inside, and they just come pick it up. It's a very tough situation, to go through that, but it is what it is. Sometimes you cannot be, fighting and swimming against, the currents. It is impossible. So you have to put your family first, and your, let's say, your rent money or your mortgage payment first, than a car. So cars, they comes and goes.
Watched a video of this lady talking about how this man said he turned in his car voluntarily because he could not keep up with his $1,100 car note. He was just over the payments. He couldn't do it. It was just getting to be too much. And I just got a question.
$1,100 car payments. This is the type of situation that a lot of people are in. They buy these very expensive vehicles, and their payment is $1,000, $1,100, $1,200. And it's freaking ridiculous, insane to pay this crazy amount of money for a vehicle just to pretend that you are somebody.
Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Isn't voluntary repossession just as bad as you missing a couple of payments and they coming and picking it up themselves? I think that's why financing anything is just that dangerous. And
yeah, it is pretty much the same. A repo is a repo. Doesn't matter if it's voluntary, it's repo, or they come pick up your car. It's going to appear on your credit as a repo. It doesn't matter if you turn it in, you voluntarily, because like I said, it happened to me before, and it is on my credit report, repossession. Even though I called the bank and I voluntarily returned the vehicle.
the lady in the video was basically saying, like, why are we continuing to go and get things that we, one, cannot afford, and that we, two, a lot of times don't need? I wouldn't say all the time, because I do feel like it gets to a point to where it is very hard to maneuver without them.
Exactly.
I did not say it's impossible to move without them, but it is very, if you have ever been without a car, or if you have ever had a car and then didn't have a car, baby, I'm talking about, I done seen times where my cash car put me down and it had to sit in a shop, or it had to be worked on, and I had to Uber or get dropped off to and from work over the course of 3-4 days. And let me tell you something, the most difficult days of my life.
So it is true. If you live in a state like Florida, here I live in Florida. Here in Florida, you need a car. It doesn't matter. There is no public transportation. Well, there is public transportation, like from your house or close to your house to the mall, and that's it.
Huh?
It's not like a big city that they have public transportation. You could go anywhere. Here in Florida, you need to have a car in order for you to be able to go point A to point B. You need a car. But the problem is that most of us, we always try to buy the very expensive car, and then we cannot afford the payments. So let's stop and think about it. I don't need a $80,000 cars. I don't need a $100,000 truck. I don't need it. I just need something basic to go to work.
Well, duh.
That way, if you keep that mentality, I have learned from my mistakes. If you keep that mentality, you're gonna be in a better position. Believe me. Just save some money and buy a reliable car. Buy a cash. That way, you don't have that car payment. It is insane to have a car payment. I'm trying to pretend to be somebody that you are not.
The U.S. auto loans delinquent by 90 days or more has reached a level beyond COVID level, right? As June 30th, 2025, we have almost a 5% delinquency level that is 90 days or more. Let's look at a 5-year chart. We're reaching pretty much what we had during COVID. Now, a lot of this was subsidized money. There was a lot of deferments, a lot of aid from the government to help people during COVID times. But now people are starting to see things are getting more expensive, and people are unfortunately can't catch up and can't catch a breath. There's even an article that was posted that Americans are behind on car payments at a record level. As you can see, most of the auto loan delinquencies come from subprime borrowers. If you're subprime, that means you've had some prior issues with your credit. Right now, 6.6% of subprime auto borrowers were at least 60 days past due on their loans in January 2025. This is the highest.
You see, numbers, they don't lie. Numbers don't lie, and here it is, guys. A lot of people are behind on their car payments. Oh, shit. It is freaking ridiculous.
Level since the agency began collecting data. So what does this mean? That means that we are seeing an effect on subprime buyers, people that have bad credit, limited income, because vehicle prices are getting higher. Car insurance is more expensive because that's also credit based as well. So you have to understand that a lot of times this is affecting the middle class and the poor class. And I tell people all the time, it is very expensive being poor. If you make poor decisions and you are stuck in this mentality of just like getting into whatever you can.
He just said it. He just said it. It's very expensive to be poor, because if you are poor and you don't have credit, whenever you go to finance anything, finance a car or finance whatever, they're gonna charge you the highest interest rate out there.
Something ain't right.
It is ridiculous. So being poor is tough.
And because you don't have a lot of money down, I get it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But understand this puts us in that cyclical, very bad path into financial disaster, generational pain instead of generational wealth. We got to break that cycle. In this situation, there's nothing wrong with going to go buy a $2,000 cheap car. There are plenty I've seen on Facebook Marketplace, a Volkswagen Passat with a 2.5 motor, a Honda Accord, a Honda Civic. These are all cars that are known for how cheap it is to repair, how cheap it is to insure, and how reliable they are, and they have the basic necessities. Just be resourceful. You have to go to difficulties to understand that you have to better yourself to get into a position that you can afford those things, not because you deserve them, because you are where you are. So you got to work for those things, you got to earn those things, and those things may not give you happiness. I've had it all. I've had money, I've had cars, and it never brought me happiness. What brought me happiness is stability, serenity when it comes to understanding that my mental peace comes from the fact that I am truly grateful and happy for what I have. And even though it may not necessarily be the best that I want, it gets the job done.
So guys, he says something, that it resonates with me. You could have, I have purchased many cars, brand new, expensive car, and it doesn't bring me happiness. It doesn't bring me happiness. Believe it. I've been through that. You buy the, oh, let me just buy this Mercedes-Benz just because you want it. It's not that you need it. And then you have the car, very nice. You are driving around in a very nice car, very luxury car, just to pretend that you are rich and just to show it off to your friends and family.
I'm smart.
But at the end, you don't need that expensive car. It's not going to make you a better person. It's not going to make you happier. At the end, after 6 months, 6 months to a year, you are going to regret, buying that very expensive car, because paying $1,000, over $1,000 in a car every month, let's say for 5 years, it's not fun. Believe me, it's not fun. So you don't want to be in that position.
Hey y'all, it's the repo man looking for y'all. Your car about to get repoed? Listen up, listen up, listen up. So, in order for it to be considered a repossession on your credit profile, they have to find the vehicle, okay? Okay, my friends. If they don't find the vehicle, there is no such thing as a repossession being reported on your credit report, because they didn't repossess shit.
Okay, this guy, he's just talking BS. He's just talking BS. Okay, it's not going to appear as a repossession if they don't find the vehicle, but you are going to be behind on payments. They're going to report, your bank is going to report that you have not paid your vehicle, let's say in 4 or 5 months. So it's going to be in your credit report. So I don't know what this guy is talking about. Let's continue watching the video and see what else he have to say.
Right? So the only thing that they can do to the account now is charge it off. But if you know about a charge off, you know that means that the IRS is...
This doesn't make any sense.
Really serious, insane, illegal
This doesn't make any sense.
still being reported as it income. Okay? So if they're still reporting income because it's a charge off, sounds like some sort of fraud going on, don't it? So start making them claims, baby.
Obviously, this guy, he doesn't know what he was talking about. He just was rambling on this video. He was just trying to make a video for TikTok. Even though if they don't repossess your car, it's going to be in your credit report that you have made no payments on your car. So it doesn't make any sense. Let's say they assign your repo to somebody, to any tow truck company to find it. After a while, they're just going to give up. And what they're going to do? They're going to sell that account to another repo company, and the other repo company, they're going to try to repossess your vehicle. It doesn't matter if you are running and hiding your car for years, 2 years. Eventually, they're going to find it. They're going to find it, so it doesn't make sense. If you cannot afford a car, just don't buy it. That's my opinion. Simple as that. So guys, if you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also like this video, it really does help my channel grow. And don't forget, in the future, we are going to be doing a Amazon gift card giveaway of $50 once we reach 2,500 subscribers. So in order for you to participate, you need to be subscribed to the channel and also like this video. So guys, the soonest we get to 2,500 subscribers, the soonest we are going to be doing the Amazon gift card giveaway. So subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you guys on the next video.